And welcome everybody to the Man Cave. My name is Paul Knapp, and I will be your host for this evening's show. Tonight is episode number 33, and waiting in the green room is our special guest, Mr. Randall Wall. Randall has a huge resume, so I'm not going to highlight that. I'll leave it for you guys to ask him questions on that later. He is an artist, an illustrator. He worked for Marvel, DC's first comic graphic novel painter. He's a fashion designer, a worker on Cartoon Madness, published author, designer, and sculptor. Most recently, his retirement era, he's been working on cardboard sci-fi dioramas, and they can be found at Cotswold Collectibles site under his company Art Lab. And after reading all that, I don't feel like I've done anything with my life right now. couple channel plugs tonight. I'd like to give you Sam's Vintage Repairs. Sam's been on our show before, so definitely check him out. And Cam's Corner. Cam is a son of some friends of ours that live close in Virginia Beach, and he's got a great channel if you are interested in Star Wars and Star Wars reviews of the movies, especially the newer things that are coming out on Disney. Definitely check out Cam's Corner. As always, I'd like to thank all my subscribers and 3 of my newest subscribers this week. Action Figs, that's Ed. Ed's going to be on the show in a couple weeks. Andrea Green 08 and Wallace the Scott. Next week, our special guest will be Frank May, thanks to Mr. Jim Egner. So October 2nd, we got Frank May. October 9th, we have Ace Allgood coming on. And then after that, I'm going to keep it a secret right now. We're not locked on after that, but I'm going to keep it a secret. So with that said, we're going to come out with some introductions tonight. This is Jim Egner's favorite part of the show right here. So we're going to bring him in first. This man still hasn't told his wife where he is every Monday between 8 and 9 p.m. This is Mr. Jim Egner. Jim, how you doing tonight?
Hey, everybody. Yeah.
Actually, I think your wife's probably the only female that watches the show, probably.
She may be.
I'm a nerd. What can I say?
I can hear she's talking already.
Yeah, she's in the other room talking, so.
I'm going to skip down to this guy. Even though I walk through the valley of death, I fear no evil, because this guy will kick everyone's ass, including Satan himself. This is Mike McCarthy.
Thank you. How are y'all?
How's it going tonight? We missed you the last couple weeks. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, good. Yeah, things have been a little hectic. My daughter's 16th birthday is on Wednesday, the 27th.
Sweet 16, man. Sweet
yeah.
16.
Yeah, she's got a 1995 Volvo, and I've been messing around with that thing for a couple of weeks and getting it going. So,
right on.
Yeah.
All right, let's move up to this gentleman here. We aren't sure if this guy is the reason people smile or the reason people start drinking, but either way, we love him. This is Robert DeCastro. Artist extraordinaire, buddy. Artist extraordinaire. How you doing tonight?
How's everybody doing?
Awesome, man. I'm looking down here to see if we have our 5th panel member. He's been in and out. Let's see. See if he's got his internet fixed.
Oh, okay.
Rick, are you there? Can you hear us this time? Rick Bradshaw.
Check.
And he's gone again. Man. Well, if he gets his internet fixed, we will have Rick Bradshaw on tonight. But for right now, let's go on to what's new in your zoo. So, Jim Egner, you were up first. What's new in your zoo, buddy? I'll bring you up here.
Oh, man. Let's see. I had to make a list here. So, I guess the thing I've been working on here recently is the Training Tower Cave Shelter Pole set. So,
Nice.
What?
I did see that on your Facebook page.
I don't know if you can see that on the
Oh, yeah. The one that attaches to the foam cave.
home cave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got that one going. So, it's kind of, it is what it is.
I just got to figure out how to do the canopy.
Yeah. For fun, just since I was playing with, I don't know if you can see that or not. I never.
Yeah, the antenna.
Yes, the antenna.
Yeah, the antenna for the training tower. Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Let's see here. Something that been playing around with and started sending out. It's I don't know if you can make that out or not. It's a
No.
actual anybody does scuba diving. Will
Oh
recognize
yeah,
the
the
type
lead
of
weights.
Oh,
weights.
yeah.
elastic belt, and then it's got this functioning quick release strap belt buckle.
Oh yeah.
So it flops open and then pinches shut. I can't really show that on screen very well, but
Wow.
anyway, it's a new belt buckle. That's about as small as I can go and make something functional, really.
No, that looks good, man.
So that's a lot of fun. Been working on this thing's been a pain in my butt. You make out what that is?
Oh yeah, that's the,
Yeah,
camera.
Yeah, the
Yeah, film
Pygmy camera thing. Been working on that. I can't remember if I've shown this or not before. The old Wincar mast set. It's a whole bunch of pieces
Yep.
that are typically missing.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Little connector piece. Yep.
yeah, replacement parts for that. Let's see. This is still a work in progress. This is the console for
the helicopter.
The helicopter. The cleats where it attaches is the problem with that. So not quite ready for that. Let's see a bunch of other stuff over here. I think I may have shown you a sneak preview of this one.
A raft.
Oh, the raft. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my version of the Mouth of Doom raft. And then somebody on the panel made me make this box here. Yep. And then somebody else asked for the top. So we now have the
perfect.
Wow.
I gotta get me now. Yeah.
So
good.
That's pretty much it for me.
You had one comment here. Somebody loves your lantern collection behind you.
Oh,
Geography in action.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, GIA, yeah.
I've been collecting that about as long as I've been collecting GI Joes. So,
what's the connection? Anything or just? What was the connection with lanterns? Anything or just grew up?
Just started hunting about 20 years ago, and my granddad had passed and gave me all his old Coleman gear from the 40s and 50s, and I figured out how to fix it and get them going again, and I'd find a yard sale or a junk store or whatever and have them real cheap, and so I just couldn't pass them up when they came along. So they're a lot of fun to fix up and you know,
fascinating,
something to spend your money on.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of junky over there. I need to clean this up, but yeah, it's almost all lanterns on this back wall here. So
I know. All right, Robert, what's new in your zoo, buddy? You got your camera working?
Zoo. I just started painting these.
Dude, I saw that video, man. Those are awesome.
Those are awesome.
Yeah. So they're well received, and hopefully it won't drive me too crazy to paint the rest because it takes forever.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, and I got a bunch of cool stuff from Mr. Egner. Got this awesome
parachute drop box.
Yeah.
The night surveillance set.
Yep.
Which I don't even have the original of, and the magnetic flaw detector, which is so awesome looking. I dare say it's probably even better looking than the original.
Wow.
Thank you.
Neat.
Yes.
Very cool.
And that's is what's new in the zoo.
What con are you taking those figures to? You said you're
Designer Con.
When's that?
That is going to be on December.
Okay. So you got some time to work on those, yeah?
Oh yeah. Yep.
So Robert, what are you painting them with? Is that like an acrylic or is it special vinyl paint?
It's a special vinyl paint. It's only available in Japan because it's so freaking toxic that they don't allow it in the US, but it chemically bonds to the vinyl and it dries almost instantaneously. I can spritz the head and touch it right away and it's dry.
Wow.
And it does this awesome thing when like two color overlays, it creates a third color.
Huh.
And after a while, it really soaks into the vinyl. So it's a really tough paint. So like kids can like they used to use these for like the old Godzilla toys in Japan, and you see kids just banging them together.
Yeah,
that's what they do. So it needs to withstand that kind of play. Wow. So that's the kind of paint that they designed, and I'm just glad that they have them available.
Now, the toxicity level with that paint, does it have anything to do with hair loss? Is that why you're wearing a cap?
No, I just want it to look like Paul Knapp. Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my new idol. So
look at that hair, dude. You look awesome, man. You could join the Marine Corps tomorrow, bro.
Yeah.
See, but yours isn't gray yet. Mine's freaking gray.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
thinning.
Mr. Mike, what's new in your zoo besides your daughter turned 16?
Well, I mean, I was going to say all the best paint that really works is all illegal now. So that's a shame. and it seems like all of us, we can't earn money fast enough to send it to Jim to buy parts from them.
I'm telling you.
The map table is amazing because I needed the top piece as well. But yeah, I've been taking a little break on buying G.I. Joe stuff because I really bought a ton over the summer and kind of like don't know what to buy now. So taking a little break, been taking a little break on that the last couple of weeks. And I picked up these Mattel. It's the Masters of the Universe Origins body, but they're marketed as WWE figures. We got Ultimate Warrior, and these retail for about $20, and they're on clearance for $5 right now. So I've been looking at this guy for $20 for like a year, hanging on the pegs, and I couldn't leave him behind for $5. And same thing, I got Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man.
Check that out.
Yeah, and I've been buying some trolls for my wife, and that she wanted, and ended up grabbing a couple of these stone protectors guys I was showing you guys earlier in the
Show that arm thing real quick.
Yeah.
That sparky thing.
So these have like a Bic lighter, like flint mechanism inside of behind the clear jewel. And here, let's see.
Yeah, you can see it flickering.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah, and I mean this is like 92 or 93 and still works good. So I just straightened his hair out in some boiling water. It's not perfect, but it was really bad before. Cleaned him up with a cotton bud and some lighter fluid, got all those little paint marks and off of him and dusted them off, and he's ready for another 30 years. So that's what I've been up to.
Very cool.
It's brand new.
Cool.
You guys are seeing all these chats, right, on the side?
Oh, yeah.
I think Big Boss Jack and GIA are having a conversation between themselves over there. Glad to have everybody tonight. You saw my buddy Johnny Cedric is in the house tonight.
Hey,
Normally he has a hard time making it on Monday night, so I'm glad he's watching live. Big Boss Jack, as always.
Oh, yeah.
And got about 12 people watching right now, so
awesome.
I'll tell you what, the last video from last week, I just checked it an hour ago. It was almost up to 300 views, man. So it's funny how a lot of people aren't tuning in live, but they're going and watching it later, which is great, man. So hopefully we'll get picking up the channel. And like I said, last week when I put out that info, I was like, we need more people doing more live streams like this with kind of the older population, because everything out there is all the new stuff, man. And Mike, you do a lot of the newer stuff, and I don't know.
Yeah,
Jim,
I like the old stuff. I like the old stuff better, but it's just expensive.
Oh yeah,
so,
no doubt.
Yeah.
Did y'all see that Hasbro announced what it's doing for the 60th anniversary G.I. Joe stuff?
Did they announce something?
Yeah.
What did they? Anything?
Nobody. Was I the only one that saw that?
I saw it.
Yeah, tell them about it, Mike.
Yeah, well, they're classified figures, and they're supposed to be an homage to original G.I. Joe, but they don't look like anything like them. It's just there's like a 6-inch scale, classified figure that's like head to toe desert camo, which 60 years ago we didn't have desert camo in the original line. And there's like a scuba diving guy, which is kind of cool. That kind of goes back to the 60s a little bit more than the desert camo guy. But and I didn't see the other ones, but I just saw those two were so underwhelming. I didn't even do any research. They were I saw them on like thumbnails on my YouTube. Didn't even watch the videos, and saw a couple pictures of them on Instagram. So, I mean, they didn't excite me at all. But if we see them hanging on the pegs and we're already in that store, and it's $21, I could see the four of us maybe picking up one or two. But I'm not going to go out of my way to pre-order.
Nah,
super excited about it.
The soldier has a what are those things? Covers the bottom half of your face.
Baklava.
Baklava, and it was obvious that they were not going to use anything reminiscent of the vintage head sculpt. It was.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I mean, the way that like rapid prototyping and 3D printing with the industrial 3D printers. I mean, they could have they could have spent like, I don't know, $1,000 investment to, you know, a mega corporation like Hasbro could have dropped $500, $1,000 and paid one of their sculptors they have on detainer to make a little Joe Colton 1964 GI Joe head in that scale, and they could have reused the heck out of it. They could have rolled it into the Real American Hero lore like they have with the 3 3/4 inch before, and I'm surprised it would have been a win-win to do that, and they couldn't even do that. So
they've been concentrating on that classified line for the last couple of years now, and I think that's what they're going.
It's getting better.
Even the 3 3/4 stuff is going away, man.
It's definitely improving, but like Jim was saying, they should have. It would have taken such a little investment to make a classic GI Joe head in that 1/12 scale.
Yeah. I feel the same way, Johnny. Hasbro's not getting any more money until they give me a 1/6 scale.
I mean, look at the Barbie stuff. You know, they came out with that one movie, and now the Barbie aisle is blown up.
Yep.
I'm telling you, man.
They're missing out.
Hasbro can't figure it out, man.
Oh, well. Enough
About
of that.
time to bring in our special guest. I don't think Rick Bradshaw is going to be able to make it tonight. Maybe we'll bring him as a special guest in a couple weeks. So
he's not in the green room?
Well, I think we got some guy from Canada in the green room. It looks like down there. Let me check.
Canadian.
Are you with us, sir? Are you with us tonight?
For sure.
I got a little introduction.
Rick's not going to make it. He's too busy doing calisthenics.
Maybe that's what it is. Hey, sometimes this guy says, screw it, I'll just be a stripper. And then he remembers he's old and can't dance. This is Randall Wall.
Wall. But not at heart.
Sir, it's an honor and a privilege to have you on our show. How are you tonight?
Thanks, guys. I'm pretty good. It's a pretty nice evening here for a fall evening. It's pretty good.
Yeah, you're
no
in
snow yet.
Not to get too personal, but I know you're from Canada or in Canada, right? You're not actually from Canada, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, you are? Okay.
I'm in Canada and from Canada, but I lived in the States for a while, but
I saw that on your resume. You lived in Hollywood for a while. I didn't know people from Hollywood would retire in Canada, but
that's the last place you want to be bringing up your family.
Oh my.
Yeah.
So
those were fun times back then. I was making lots of money and doing all kinds of stuff. I think I could have had a full well career there in LA, just the way things were going. But sometimes money's not everything, right? If you've got a family, and seriously, it's a rough life. I've met lots of guys like Corey Feldman, and I met all the guys on the Hollywood hockey team there, and they were all like these B actors, but most of them had family problems and stuff.
Yeah.
And other issues. Like I think Corey Feldman was going through that, I think on ET Tonight. This was in the 90s. He was going through that dry out phase, but he was tanked all the time anyways. So I don't know.
Yeah. During that time.
You're making some people mad in our chat room because they're mostly from down south, and it's like 100 degrees down here, and you're already in the teen digits up there, did you say?
Yeah, I went up last weekend to close. I have a cottage that's 3 hours sort of north of Winnipeg on Clear Lake, and I had to go up this weekend and close it up, get ready for winter, drain the pipes, put in the antifreeze, because by October, like by Halloween, there'll definitely be snow. It's gonna start getting nasty pretty soon. It's been raining for like a week here, so that's a good sign of a awful fall coming. And well, it's fall now. All the leaves are red, and yeah, that's it. It's over. So I didn't even get to use my cottage. I don't know if you knew, but I went up in May and opened it because we open up in the May long weekend. And then I got back and I got really, really sick. I picked up the C. diff. I picked up C. diff somewhere, and it led to flesh-eating disease. So I was in the hospital. I was in the hospital all summer, and I thought I wasn't going to make it. So I'm pretty happy that I'm out, and my house sold, and I'm in my new house, and I got a studio on the main floor out of my mold world where I spent the last 35 years. It's pretty darn good. Life's been good.
We got a couple people from Canada watching the show right now.
Just about to say,
other people in Canada. They're probably related.
Yeah.
Isn't geography an action in Canada?
Yeah.
GIA. He says you may not be able to dance, but you can play some mean keys. Apparently, he knows about your keyboard playing.
Oh
Uh-oh.
yeah, I could dance. Who said I couldn't dance for F's sakes?
That was
I could
that
dance like the
slam
wind.
intro that Paul's notorious for.
As a matter of fact, I was doing the moonwalk in the hallway at the hospital just to show how well I was progressing because I wanted to get the hell out of there. So I
Well,
gave me
he
some
says it's
moonwalk
17.
action.
He says it's 17 Celsius in central BC. So is that about
Oh, well,
your temperature up there right
well,
now?
Here, I'll tell you what it is. Let me check my phone here. It's probably
Man,
I
we're still in
think
we're
it's
still
a
in the
nice
high
evening
80s
tonight.
down here.
It's a nice evening tonight. If I could just find it. 19 degrees Celsius.
Wow.
Whoa.
So it's pretty nice. It's kind of windy, but it's okay. It's okay. It's manageable. I wouldn't want to be out in a boat, but
Yeah.
that was
Well,
one good
Yes.
thing. I didn't have to re-winterize my boat this year. So I never even got it in the water. You know, that's always $300.
I'm going to bring everybody in here, and we're going to start off with some questions for you tonight. All right, sir?
Sure.
Anybody got anything lined up?
Now go for it, man. I know you got a list.
Well, I
I know-
already gave him my list, and I told him I would open it up to you guys first before I hit him up
Oh,
with my
yep.
list.
Yeah,
No, what-
I can't. You know me, Paul. I can't keep my mouth shut.
No,
over
no,
here.
do it, bro. Hey, if
Go for it,
Angelo's
man.
not here, somebody's got to.
Somebody else has got to take up the slack. That's right. So I guess, it sounds like you've done a lot of really cool creative stuff. How'd you get started in that line of business?
Well, you know what? I'm from Brandon. I'm from a little town called Brandon. I had a really good teacher there. At about grade 10, I got kicked out of the one school. I couldn't get my phys ed credit there, so I started looking at this new school in town, and they had a commercial art course. And a friend of mine had gone there for photography, and he was really studying stacks of pancakes and doing this whole thing about them. And I thought, yeah, maybe go check out commercial art. So I went over there and realized that's when I realized that you could make a living as an artist. It's possible nowadays. But I had an uncle that was a pretty good artist, but he that was just a dream. You didn't make money as an artist.
Right.
And my teacher was an old guy, and he used to do illustrations for catalogs. And if you have to paint, and there was no photo
Oh,
We lost him.
or mink jacket, you knew how to do that with watercolor. So I had a good teacher, and yeah, I just went through that. And at the end of the year, I got the award from the school, and that sort of came with a job at a Nazi-driven prison camp where I attended how would you like working all day on a menu, and then you take it into the guy instead of drawing on it with blue pencil, he writes, this is the days when you did paste up, draw all over it with a marker. Yeah, draw all over it with a marker. So we got to reshoot everything. And
Man.
yeah, those were the tough days there. But I soon pulled the pin there and went to Winnipeg, and I got a job at a they were a typography place, and they were trying to get somebody to take over for the old guy in typography, but I wasn't really interested in that because I like to draw and stuff. So then I got out of there. I actually really didn't even take that job, and got another job as an illustrator, drawing trucks and cars and stuff. And I did that and worked in that studio for a long time. But as I did that, I started picking up freelance work, and they were sort of in the clothing business. So I started doing stuff along the garment line. There was a big garment industry in Winnipeg back then. And next thing you know, I'm doing all that, and I'm picking up a lot of freelance. And I got a book published in, like, I don't know, 86 or something like that, which helped me get out of the house and out of these apartments and get my family into a house and everything, because we sold a shitload of those. And I think they're still selling. When they actually, when I was doing my time in LA, they reran those in Texas, and I never got a dime for any of those because of the contract. But
See, Jim
that
Egner.
doesn't matter. You
Oh,
live
man,
and
that
learn,
sucks.
right? Live and learn.
So what book was it?
What's the name of the book?
The Gourmet's Guide to Roadkill Cooking.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was so weird. It went on the news wire everywhere, and then all of a sudden I got famous overnight with that thing. And but I was always into building sandcastles, and one year the sandcastle team was building down at Grand Beach, and this hippie guy comes up to me and goes, "Oh, yeah, that's really cool, man," and everything. So that was Chip from Chip and Pepper, and I met those two guys there and started doing freelance for them. They were clothing guys. So they were small potatoes then, but then they ended up going big time Hollywood and all that, and got their own show on NBC and everything. So I went along for the ride and did that for a long time until Bum Equipment bought us out, and I had to move to Los Angeles. And it was a great place to visit, but a shitty place to live. Let's put it that way.
Wow.
I don't mind going to Hollywood and hanging out there for a month just to get tuned up on the clothing. Like I used to get sent there for a week and shop Melrose and stuff and get tuned up because I was just a farm boy, but they wanted me to learn silhouettes and stuff also, not just the graphics. So I did a lot of shopping and stuff like that, and learn the trade that way.
Wow.
And then what happened? I don't know. I quit that and came home to Canada and started my own company called the Art Lab. Or wait a minute. No, I came back and I got hired by, I can't remember the order. I think it was Earthlore Toys. They were doing these dinosaur dig kits, and I knew the guy that was sort of that owned the thing, and he knew that I used to sculpt because we used to be, I used to see him at parties. We'd go smoke a joint together or whatever. But now we're all grown up, and so yeah, he had me do some sculpting for these dinosaurs, and then next thing you know, they got a license for Jurassic Park, and then so I got to do all that and go to New York a half a dozen times back and forth to the toy fair there and with them, and also with another company called Action Products there in Florida. They ended up taking over Earthlore, and another company called B-Bell Toys, small little independent toy companies here, around Winnipeg and in Canada. But that other company pretty much bought a lot of that museum toy stuff up at that Action Products. But so you used to be able to get, when they bought it up, you used to be able to get at museum stores and stuff like that. Same with some of the action figures. I don't know where the heck they went, but I kept most of the stuff. I got like originals, and like the guy that I did those original dinosaurs came to me last week. He was looking because we did these Egyptian digs. He's with another company, but he wanted to know if I still had any of that Egyptian stuff. Well, I had everything, so he came over and took it. He's going to borrow it for a month, and I'm probably going to do something with it, which is fine. But those guys never kept anything. Same with the Chip and Pepper clothes. My deal was I got really handsomely paid, but I also got one of everything that my logo or anything went on. That went from a pair of shoes to a leather jacket. So I got a lot of clothes and now those shirts are going for like 300 on. It's ridiculous. I'm not getting rid of them. I don't care how much they're worth. They're just like part of my portfolio. So I'm going to hang on to them.
Sure. Absolutely.
And so I think after that, then I opened up a studio on Albert Street downtown in Winnipeg in the trendy area there. My customers hated it because it didn't have an automatic elevator. You had to get the guy to drive it, and he was never around, and no place to park.
No.
At least if they're coming to my house, they could just park. See, by that time I had a lot of freelance people. Like, I had like 10 regulars, which were good, and I knew that I could count on that money every year that these guys are going to come back, and you just keep them happy, right?
Yeah.
And so I did that for a long time, and then I closed the shop there because it was sucking me dry, and opened up the Art Lab at home. And you know what? I did freelance there probably for maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, something, and then kind of retired. And then started just doing stuff I wanted to do, like those cardboard things, and then that turned into a job. Right. Because I was making those for fun and posting pictures, and then I got Cotswolds going, well, is there any way to make those into kits? People might like them. And it turns out people did like them. They're too overpriced, but if we could get that price down, anybody want to team up with a printing company and we can kill the market on these models? I want to do a whole run of. There's like 30 models, and all they have to do is be reduced, maybe some different graphics for the Mego scale ones. And I'm working on some Star Trek ones. I got these Star Trek ones right here. Sort of started working on on some models for the bridge. Yeah,
I saw a couple of your videos showing people how to put them together, so I was watching that.
So this is like the base, and this there's no graphics on any of this, but this goes on there, and then this goes here. Or is it the other chair? And this goes
That
here.
looks like Kirk's chair, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it.
And that's where Sulu and Chekhov sit. Yeah.
And there's a couple of those. But that's actually not the chair. That's the 3D printed chair. There's a cardboard chair. Okay, yeah. So that one's 3D printed. This one's cardboard. You can see the difference between them. Not much.
No, I was going to say.
Lighter. There you go. So if you can build models, you can build these. They're not hard.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
That's very
cool. So it'll probably light up and everything. Like some of these other ones light up, like the $6 million desk. I always wanted that $6 million desk when I was a kid. Never found it anywhere. So I just sort of, I'm just gonna knock it off and made it. And and then I found one. I found one when I was in Toy Manta. So I bought the real one, but it doesn't light up like this thing.
That's so cool.
Oh yeah.
So you take one of these flashing key lights, 3 for $3 or whatever. You put it in there, and then it lights up all your panels.
Yeah, I've seen them on Cotsworld, man. They're Jeff did a video on putting one together. I don't know if you guys seen that one.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's right. He did. He built a couple.
Yeah.
You're talking about the guy from
Jeff Shear.
Skunkworks.
Yep.
Yeah. He did a great job. He built the hardest one, that the
hexagon table
thing. That's incredible.
Yeah, those are cool, man. If you guys go to Cotswold Collectibles, you see I think 4 or 5 of them that he has.
Yep.
And he just lost his video. Yeah, he just lost his video. He'll be back. Well, we don't need another Angelo. He's a talker.
Now, I don't know if you guys know, these are all branded on the Cotswold website as Art Lab.
Yeah.
Art Lab. Yeah.
Yep.
So we can probably go to categories and sort by brand and Art Lab if anybody's looking for.
Yeah. They've got a whole bunch of stuff. They got that like cryo chamber.
The cryo chamber. I saw Jeff made that. That was pretty cool.
Yep.
I don't know where he went, man. He popped back in real quick last time. There he is. Did you lose your connection there? You must have hit something, huh?
I must have probably hit something, yeah. So yeah, Skunkworks built this one here. This thing here, and it's Joe's scale. It opens
yeah. That's the cryo chamber.
Cryo chamber. It opens up at the back here.
That thing's huge.
It's almost like a pinball machine.
That is so awesome.
Out of cardboard, man.
Yeah, this is all cardboard.
Wow.
Actually, it's pretty durable if you don't give it to a kid to play with. I mean, if you're just setting your guys up in it or stuff like that. Because let's face it, guys, we're not taking these out to the sandbox anymore. Once you're down on your knees, try and get up without a helper.
How thick is that cardboard?
It's all cardboard.
Is it cardstock or is it cardboard? Is it thick?
No, it's cardstock. It's 300-pound cardstock, digitally printed.
Okay, cardstock.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. It's as thick as I could get. It's the thickest stuff I could get that the digital printer could print. It would be great to do them offset and do them in books or something like that, or in book form. Like when I was a kid, you used to be able to buy these craft books, and there'd be a big cardboard book like that. You take the things out, and you could make a castle.
Oh
I don't know if any of you guys are old enough to remember anything like that, but
yeah,
that was a thing when I was a kid, and even birthday cards. You get a birthday card that you pop out and bill. I was always
Nope, we lost him.
Oh, we lost him again.
Oh, there he is.
Internet's
Keep dropping out,
disabled.
man.
sorry.
It's
We
all right.
do we do Christmas cards every year, and it's always a pop out toy of some sort.
Were you down at Toylanta this past year?
Yeah, yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Toylanta, yeah.
can you read that comment there from My Toy Life? Says you were giving out
Yes,
some
I did
traveling
get.
kits.
Yes, I had a whole stack of those things, and there was a little spy case. You had to put it together, and it was just it had stamps from all over the world. Like you've dragged this suitcase everywhere, and then one of them was toy. I think Toylanta's on the outside of the briefcase, but on the inside of the briefcase, it turns into a communication kind of old school looking communication device. So it's radio and a suitcase. They'll never see it at customs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kind of reminds me of the Oscar Goldman $6 Million Man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
Right.
briefcase.
Yeah, he had an exploding one.
Yeah. Very cool stuff.
Andy
Well, Paul,
from
I know you
Indy
got
is here.
questions
He
there.
said he
Mine-
plays. His is getting played with, so
Yep.
they're not sitting on a shelf anywhere. Trying to
I mean,
keep up with
some
our
of it-
chats here.
Some of it's more sturdy than others. Like I would say, like that hexagon table, that thing's pretty good. You could probably drop that; it won't break. There's so many corners on it that it's very sturdy.
Mhm.
Maybe not so sturdy. The kung fu,
Oh, the dojo kind of thing.
There's like
Yeah.
a kung fu studio. There's a kung fu
yeah, I saw
studio,
that,
and
yeah.
it's got pillars, it's got walls, and it's
Yeah.
meant so you can take it apart. But damn, if you had it, you'd want to glue it all together.
Mm-hmm.
Have you thought about doing the laminated vinyl kind of thing, like the way Hasbro
I
did
I did one
HQ?
back here with I wish I could show you guys here. Yes, I can show you. Hold on a second.
Oh,
Why can't I get?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see a spin on the Adventure Team headquarters.
I know,
Mhm.
right?
oh yeah, yeah, something.
Well, I'm a monster fan, so I did a vinyl
Let me
play set here of the monster lab, and that thing all opens up, and it has this kind of lab stuff, but it's at the Mego scale. So
Yep.
all that stuff
Okay,
from
yeah.
Frankenstein, all that stuff for Frankenstein's inside that, and that opens up, and all the walls are all set up with. There's a staircase, stuff like that in there.
Oh, wow.
That's
Oh,
so
I can see it now. Yeah.
So yeah, if there was some way to produce those cheaper, but there's a reason why everything gets made in China.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
It's
Yeah.
expensive. Everything's expensive.
very.
Yeah, that's why I've been fiddling around with cardboard. I got a 3D printer. I got all kinds of stuff that I 3D printed, and even some Kirk chairs, like some Star Trek stuff, and an eagle.
Oh wow, Space 1999,
Yep.
That's
Oh
cool.
yeah, the Eagles.
Eagle One.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
I
have
didn't paint
a-
that one, but yeah. But actually, if I was going to sculpt something, or I needed something like, say, a monster head or a GI Joe head of some kind like that, it's actually quicker for me just to sculpt it by hand than
Mhm.
Yeah.
to if I've sculpted it by hand and you're scanning it, it's already sculpted by hand. All we need is a mold now. So it's actually
Right.
quicker for me just to make things by hand than it is to set up the 3D print. It's more of a novelty. It's fun once you get going, but you sort of have to be involved. It'll run all day without a mistake. As soon as you leave the room, that's when it fucks up. Or excuse me, French. That's when it screws up.
Is
Yep.
that true, Jim Egner?
Oh, man. You should see my scratched and dent pile.
that's what you said, man.
Well, I've got all those in Dinky Toys from when I was a kid. I got all the Thunderbirds and everything. I was a
yeah,
big fan of all
Thunderbird.
that. I was a big fan of Thunderbird. I got
Gary
piles of
Anderson fan,
Thunderbirds.
huh?
Piles of Thunderbirds and Captain Scarlet and Stingray and
Joe 90.
oh yeah.
GIA
I
is
didn't have
asking.
any Joe. I guess we didn't get Joe 90 up here because I never saw it.
Oh, okay. I was a kid in the Philippines, so we got Joe 90 over there.
Oh yeah. So was that before Captain Scarlet?
I think that was before Captain Scarlet.
The puppets started to get puppets changed from really funny
They got
looking
more realistic
puppet
with Joe
people
90.
to more realistic, like
Yeah,
Captain
with Black
Black. He was
Rose.
pissed off all the time.
Yeah.
And he didn't have his face didn't have to move for us to know that.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But I think before Thunderbirds, I think it was Stingray.
Yeah, Stingray, yeah. And
Yeah.
before that I remember
Supercar?
Supercar, yeah. Yeah, I remember
no,
Supercar.
not Thunder, no,
Fireball.
Firebolt XL5.
Fireball. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Fireball
Okay.
XL5, yeah.
Yep.
The
Yes.
thing would go down a big train track.
Yeah.
Like a roller coaster and then fly off the end, and who knows where that thing goes off into the bushes.
Right.
And meanwhile, away we go. But I never even thought of that until I was older, going, "Oh my God, what happened to that thing? It's the size of two boxcars. It just flew off the track into the trees.
Yeah.
Who's pulling that out of there?" They
Do you have
didn't
any of
show
your
all
toys
those
when you were growing
lackeys.
up, Randall?
What's that?
I said, do you have any of your original toys from when you were a kid?
Oh yeah, lots, piles. Well, all my Major Matt Mason, all
Yeah.
my Joes. I went to England when I was a little boy and took some Joes with me, and then traded my Joes with my cousin. So I got Action Man from which I
Oh,
completely forgot
fantastic.
when I started digging out my toys. Like I got a call from my parents one day. You want these toys? You better come and get them. Dad's throwing them away. So I drove to Brandon and got my toys. But eventually I started going through them and going, oh, you know what? I'm really digging the Joes. I love this toy. I spent a lot of time with G.I. Joe. That went everywhere with me. That doll, that action figure went everywhere with me, and he had many adventures, skydiving, you name it. But yeah, I got all those, and I've still got all the ones from England that I got. I got Major Matt Mason. I got old Captain Action, and
Do you collect
his
anymore? I mean, is there anything you're looking for? Any holy grails?
Oh man, I got so much. If I brought something in the house now, I'll tell you, I got a garage. This new place has got a double garage. Half of it's full, and downstairs this is like 3,000 square foot. The basement used to have a pool table. I just got boxes that I haven't unloaded of toys because I haven't put up the shelving yet. There's so much.
Yeah.
And I
Mhm.
do have, I fall down different rabbit holes at times, right? So as I was sick, I started going back to my original favorite toy, which was Lego, right? My parents were old. My sister's 12 years older than me. My dad had a continual headache all the time. So he got home from work, headache. So they would just throw me Lego all the time. They'd throw me kits of Lego. Just, I'm going to go I'm not sleeping. I'm resting my eyes. But just go play some Lego for a while or something. But so, yeah, I kept all that. So I went back to doing some more Lego, and I fell down that Lego bullet train
Yeah.
rabbit hole lately. So I've dropped a bundle on that stuff, mostly getting it from AliExpress and Temu because they're like half the price there. And wow, it's great fun. And they're RC trains. I'm driving them around, and it's pretty fun.
Yeah, it can get addicting.
Yeah,
Very
you
GIA
can.
says
And
he
then
remembers all the.
I'll go on to something else. Like I bought all those ones from Dollarama, or no, Dollar. What do you guys have? Dollar Tree or whatever it's
Yeah, Dollar
called.
Tree.
And they
Okay.
had those Final Faction figures, and I went and
That's
bought
cool.
those, and I bought a whole pile, and I painted them and went over the top. Then I went and started getting back into that small size, and then blew a wad on Joy Toy. I don't know if you guys have heard of Joy Toy, but go look up some of those little figures, and you'll just go, "Holy smokes, is he nuts?" But they're absolutely fantastic little figures, but they are expensive, really expensive. And they're the old Joe scale, but man, are they good?
Yeah.
But yeah, so
My
I
toy.
get all down to. It just depends. I got some work. People are still waiting stuff from Toylantic because I've been sick, and I just basically got up and running here like a week ago or so. So I got to get back. I got some Super Joe stuff. They hit the what was it? It was a fundraiser thing, or what's that
Yeah,
called? A Kickstarter
Kickstarter.
thing, right? For
Yeah,
that, I don't know
Kickstarter.
if you're following Super Joe, but they hit on the comic book, they hit some kind of level, and I agreed that I will, yes, do this model kit. And then I faked up a model kit in Photoshop and said, oh, perfect. So now reality is that I
You
have
gotta
to
make it.
do
You got to do it.
You gotta make
So,
it now.
Hey, you got a
so
question here from
he's
somebody.
still waiting. He's still
Yeah.
waiting, but in the meantime, I had to get a Halloween poster done and a bunch of other stuff, and I'm playing in a blues thing in October, and so I'm trying to stay busy, and I got maybe too many hobbies, but I don't know. I'm digging these cyber helmets though. Oh my god, that with a samurai sword. Oh,
Hey, Randall, you
unbelievable.
have a question here from one of our friends in the chat room.
Yes.
Can you read that? He said
Uh,
he sold
he
you
bought the
the.
Power Team Tower from me at Toyland to ask him how he got it back. Oh, Terry Stare, yeah. Oh, now he cares how I got it back. He didn't. No big concern when I was giving him money, and I'm going, what am I going to do? Ship this cargo? Yeah. So yeah, I ended up buying that tower. The box was bigger than it really was. The box was the size of the toy put together, but the stuff inside was all flat and everything. Of course, I had to leave all my clothes behind. So somebody got a nice wardrobe, my shoes, left those at the hotel. And I always go carry on. So my backpack was all the way down with toys tied to the outside that I had to get rid of the boxes, but I had the toys like zip tag to my bag, and they're just like rolling their eyes at customs. They don't know what to do.
Sneaking toys
hilarious.
back in
Yeah,
Canada.
Atlanta was pretty fun. Pretty fun.
Yeah. Any other
So,
conventions
yeah,
that you attend?
I got back from Atlanta and got sick. And I don't know
Yeah.
if I got it at Atlanta or got it here at Value Village, which I like to
Oh,
prowl around in the
I
toys
hate
there.
that.
But it was the day I was there, it was full of kids all rummaging around. It looked like a bomb went off in there. I don't know if you know what Value Village is, but it's like a used store. People take, it's the perfect business. These people, you take your stuff there, they give the diabetes company 10 grand at the end of the year, and they stock their shelves with free stuff. So now someone goes through the toys, you'll never find a red line Hot Wheel in there anymore or nothing like that. I mean, I found Johnny West and stuff in there for $5, but somebody's watching it. If it looks old, they're looking it up and stuff now. It's a shame, but
Yeah.
Sounds like
I still prowl around there, and I could have got that sickness there. I don't know. It was that or Long and McQuaid. I either took it there and gave it to a bunch of kids, and the keyboard place I went and bought a Juno, a new Juno keyboard, and maybe I spread it there. I don't know, but once I got to the hospital, I was quarantined off, which was nice because I had my own room.
Oh wow.
Gee.
But
Mike,
all
you
the
were asking.
ass stapling and stuff sucked.
Yeah.
I won't lie to you. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to make it, and I'm glad I'm here to be able to join this talk tonight and enjoy
Absolutely,
the
man.
toys
Glad
and
to have you.
life as it is. It's good. You embrace every moment.
Sure. No
yeah,
doubt.
that's scary.
Live life large.
Yep. Don't sweat the small stuff, right? Don't sweat the small
That's
stuff.
right. There's no what is it? No sense in worrying about stuff you can't do anything about.
That's right.
That's right.
Mike,
That's
I think
nice
you
to
got
say.
time for one question, and then we got to play our game and let them go because it's almost an hour.
Yeah. All right. Something a little off the wall. Randall, what's your favorite obscure movie?
Ah, that's a cool
Obscure
question.
movie?
Yeah, for me, like my movie I always try to preach about is The Last Starfighter.
No man. I remember that.
Man.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Starfighter. That was horrible, wasn't it?
Yeah,
In
but
a way.
definitely obscure.
In a good
Definitely
way.
obscure.
In a good way.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're
First
looking at
gen
old
computer graphics.
sci-fis and stuff. Oh man, there's so many good bad ones.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a big Alien fan. I mean, it just doesn't get any better than that. But to go back. I don't know. Ghost and Mr. Chicken.
That's pretty funny. I watched that on Sven Gulli probably 6 months ago.
That was
If you
Don
haven't
Knotts.
seen it, Don Knotts almost gives himself a heart attack in that movie. Like, I don't know. He must be a nervous wreck. He must be a nervous wreck. Right?
Mine is Octoman. Anybody ever
Octoman.
seen
Yeah.
Octoman?
No.
Oh my
No.
gosh.
Sergeant
Yeah,
Soldier says
I-
Bubba Hotep. So,
I saw
Oh,
that,
that's a
and he
good
said
one, though. That's a good one. Right?
Elvis meets the
He's in
mum.
the old
Elvis meets
folks
the
home.
mummy. Yeah,
He's
I
in the
just saw
old
Bubba
folks home
Hotep.
with his with a penis surgery or something.
yeah, that's a Joe Lansdale story.
Yeah.
So there you
Starship Troopers. That was one I love, man.
Yeah.
That was a good
Oh,
one.
that was good. Yeah, that was
They
a
came
good
out with a
one.
toy line too for Starship
Yeah.
Troopers.
They did, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
That
like
did pretty
anything with
well.
mechs and guys driving them. Like, I mean, I'm a sucker for big robots, and I like monsters. I grew up on monsters. We didn't have those big robots when I was a kid.
Randall,
Transformers came later.
you said you did some sculpting in the 90s. Are there any the toy line you said you worked on with the museum dinosaurs? Did that have anything to do with like Dino Riders or the later Smithsonian collection?
No, all I did was heads for. Well, I did dinosaur heads for several different companies, but one company ended up getting a license for Jurassic Park Lost World. So they did a whole bunch of those heads in that you dig out fossil heads. So those are the
Oh,
only dinosaur heads that I had to do. But they had to be pretty accurate. That guy from Calgary came up here. There's quite a dinosaur area up there up by Calgary. And he had to come down and sort of authenticate them that they're like 98% accurate, which I don't think kids even care about, but
yeah.
they wanted to be able to sell them in museum stores later. So I think they used the same skulls for the Jurassic Park kits as they did for like those Smithsonian kits or whatever. They still selling them. You can still see them. You go into a museum, they're still there. And now they got knockoffs at the Buck store. And, I don't know what the gravel is, but it was a good deal selling kids dirt.
like the pet rock back in the 70s.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, just like the pet rock back in the 80s.
Yeah, and it wasn't just
I had
normal
one of
dirt. It
those.
was very heavy gravel all stuck together with glue and everything. So it weighed a ton. That product. Not the greatest product, but yeah, they sold a lot of those. But they grew too fast. That company grew too fast, and I could see it was imploding there. And I was in R&D and design and development. I had to have a helper. There were so many projects I was working on, and they just should have focused on what was the meat and potatoes of the company instead of trying to expand the line too fast with things that had nothing to do with the dinosaurs and just stuff like that. And I could see a lot of wasted money. But in the meantime, that was my bread and butter. So I just went along for the ride with the sea monkeys, and I know more about sea monkeys and triops than most people, more than I should know.
That's fun.
So, of all the creative stuff that you've done over the years, what's your most favorite thing you've ever been involved with? The most favorite thing you've ever done?
Oh, favorite thing.
Jim, that's one of my
That's
questions
pretty hard
on
to
my list.
pick because I've had some pretty fun stuff working in California. There was many times where that was not a nightmare and it was a lot of fun. Geez, it's just hard. That's a toughie. That's a toughie. I try to keep it all pretty fun and enjoyable, but the last thing that I did that was really fun.
Well, I just know that a lot of times, as a creative gun for hire, a lot of times you're doing stuff. Your heart's not really in it, and so I just was, what's something that maybe we flip it. Maybe what's the thing that you were asked to do that you absolutely hate?
Well, that's what I say. I'm venting on these helmets right now, sort of in between things. Is I haven't motivated myself to build the big Lego thing, and I'm sort of focusing on the music and trying to get my stamina back for that. This place will be rocking pretty soon back to normal, and there'll be all kinds of stuff. But I like to paint too. I do acrylic paintings and stuff like that just to get away from it. And you guys must have missed it, but I had a big painting burning. I'd rather burn them than have them go into cafes and stuff. So that's what I do. I still have piles of them, but yeah, I don't dig malls and restaurants for my art. It's not going to be seen if it's not going to be seen somewhere else. It's not going to be seen in a restaurant. So I don't do that. I don't sell to hotels or anything like that. And who wants them? Most of my paintings are pretty bizarre, and they're always like they're toy related or something. Here's one right here.
Yeah, let me bring you up. Hang on.
Oh, I love that.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
So just acrylic.
Yeah, don't burn that.
No, I didn't burn that, but I have burned. I have burned many, but now I got a new fire pit at the back. In my new house, I just got a fire pit. I like burning, so I gotta have something to burn. This is small. I won't be doing furniture or anything for a while. Like we're not getting rid of any extra dressers, but oh
Right.
well. It's good to
Well,
have.
our
let me
hours
ask
is
you-
almost up, man.
Okay.
Well,
I was
That's
just
good. That
gonna
was
ask
fun.
what's
You
the
guys learned
future of
nothing. That
Art
was a lot of fun.
Go ahead, Robert.
I was going to ask what's the future for Art Lab? Any big plans?
Art Lab.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Well, I'm keeping up with Cotswolds. Always wants new, fresh models, so I got a couple ideas for that. I think the last neat thing we did with those locker kit conversions. So the old GI Joe locker. There was
Mhm.
three different kits you could buy. You build it, and
Yep.
it fits right inside this locker. Now your locker is a control headquarters or a base for your
Yeah.
atomic Joe or whatever. So we did those, but so I got some other stuff coming up for them. But in the meantime, I'm scaling down some of the really cooler kits that I've already got designed, like because I've already got the outlines and I know those models work. And if you go smaller, they just get tighter, so that'll be nice. And when I bring them down to Mego scale, I'm gonna do I don't know, maybe get like a dozen available in Mego scale or something. And I don't know what to do with them. I don't have a distributor or anything, but I just do it for fun. If people buy them, great. If they don't, well, no big loss.
No, I dig
But
that.
yeah, like that hobby kind of turned into a job because I get orders from Cotswolds, and honestly, I don't know how they sell them. They're so expensive, and it costs me so much money to make the darn things here from a digital printer because I'm only getting small runs. It's not like give me 10,000 of these. I want to sit on them for the next 15 years in my garage. It's nothing like that. I go get maybe a few hundred printed at a time, and then you got to pay for the digital printing. It's
Uh-huh.
not cheap. Those 12 by 18 sheets, I think, are I don't know, like 378 a sheet printed. So a lot of those
Oh,
kits, yeah, a lot of those big kits have like 4 or 5 of those sheets in there, then a package to put it in, and a header card, and then the instructions almost take me as long as designing the models because I lay them out like comic books kind of. It's the only way I know how to do it, and I
Mhm.
sort of do it that way. And but it's just still takes like days to get those instruction booklets done together. I don't get it. I'm not making any money. Let's put it that way. No one's getting rich at Art Lab doing that. It's just lucky I'm already made my career, and
mhm.
I'm allowed
Yeah.
to play around now. So
Yep.
it's like Jim was saying, when you're a commercial artist, it's no job too big, no fee too big. You do everything, and you don't have to love it, but you have to pretend you love it, and you got to do a good job.
Yeah. Sure.
You
Yeah.
don't want to have a bad rep for not delivering
Mhm.
Right.
or not fulfilling something.
Yeah, no, I know how that is for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, guys,
Awesome.
about that time. Jim Egner's favorite part of the night. We got some trivia.
We'll see y'all later. Gotta go.
Randall, I don't know if you've seen any of my old shows, but everyone I like to do a little trivia at the end just to see what people know. And this one's
Don't know.
dedicated to you, sir. This is how Canadian are you? How
Oh.
Canadian are you?
Uh-oh.
Ooh,
Okay.
well,
So we're gonna go around the room. I'm gonna save the last one for you. Everybody's gonna get about 3 or 4 questions since we lost somebody tonight. So and Mr. Wall, you're not allowed to shout out the answer if somebody else is trying to think.
okay. So these aren't my questions, but I'll of
Well,
course
no,
know the answer.
you're gonna get one. We're gonna go around probably 3 times here. So
Tim Hortons.
Robert,
Yes.
you're up first.
Oh, crap.
What day is Canada Day occur?
Canada Day.
Is that like Canada Day in Canada or Canada Day someplace else?
In Canada, sir.
Canada Day is real. Yes.
Are you looking for a month? The month?
The day. You know,
The
like we
day?
celebrate the 4th of July. They celebrate.
February 16.
Mike, I know you use your phone. That's why you're looking.
No, I'm on my phone. I'm playing with the $1 Million Man right here. I think it's
Well,
July 3rd.
No.
Oh,
Randall,
okay.
you want to tell him?
July 1st.
It is July
Oh.
1st. Yes, sir. It is.
July. How the hell would I know that?
Well, that's why I said there's only going to be one person that knows all these answers.
I'm in Las Vegas. I'm so far removed from Canada, man.
Well, we got
a
three
cousin.
people
I
from
got a
Canada
cousin that
watching
lives in
the show,
Vegas,
though.
and he's an artist also.
He is.
Mac. Hey, Mac, I've got a cousin that lives in Vegas. He's originally from Winnipeg. He's been in Vegas for about 30 years, and he's done well. He's got some statues that he's put up, like that giant microphone one that was put up for. He's got a couple of statues around town. His name is Wayne Littlejohn.
Wayne Littlejohn.
Yeah, so just
Yeah,
run a
look that
little
up.
Google search and you'll see that he's got a lot of spots around town there that he's got in parks and some sculptures, big sculptures, and they're all really cool. They look like almost sort of Roger Dean kind of looking stuff.
Oh, I might have
So you
seen
should check it
that.
out. They're easy to
Yeah.
find there at the parks.
Okay, good to know.
We're not going to get
There's
through these
one's
questions,
called the
are we?
Dream Machine. Yeah, one's called the Dream Machine. That's the one with the giant microphone and everything.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Jim Egner, your
Not that you
turn.
would know him, but Vegas is a big place. I understand. It's
Oh no, it's
like I know every Canadian. Bob, Doug, the Trailer Park Boys.
Pass.
Can we go with the trivia now? Are we good? Or are we all...
Yeah, let's
Well,
give
let's
it a
move
shot.
along. What's taking you?
You know, this is Texas Canadian trivia right here.
What is the capital of Quebec, Canada? Jim Egner.
Oh man, I don't know.
pretty
Capital
easy,
of
actually.
Quebec.
I got
A
to
hint, can't ya?
What's that?
Quebec is.
Go ahead.
Can I guess?
I was going to
Yeah,
say
go
you could
ahead.
give him a hint.
I'm assuming it's Montreal, but
No.
I don't know. No.
now
Want to
Winnipeg.
answer it there,
I
Mr.
got
Wall?
nothing.
I thought it was
If it's
Montreal.
north of
but it could be
Texarkana,
Quebec
I'm
City.
lost.
It's Quebec
Could
City.
be Quebec City.
Okay.
Mike, you're up.
All right.
In what year did Canada become a country?
I this is a complete Hail Mary. 1865.
1867.
Oh,
Yeah.
I must have read that on Wikipedia
Dude,
somehow
that's,
like
that
5
was
years
pretty
ago.
close, though, man.
Yeah.
I think we give you an A for effort, right?
67,
Yeah.
in 67, when I was a little kid, that 67 train went right across Canada and stopped at every little town to celebrate that 100-year anniversary. It was pretty cool.
Good childhood memory.
Yeah.
This is the easiest one. I'll give it. You know what? Let's go back to Jim Egner. I can't give this to you. What?
I'm going to get it wrong anyway.
No,
so.
no, you won't,
Mike
dude.
knows too much.
If you get this wrong, you're banned from the show for the next 3 weeks. What leaf is on the Canadian flag?
Oh, I believe that's a pine leaf. No, maple leaf.
Oh my God.
Have you? I thought you were serious there for a second.
He was going to say a marijuana leaf.
Mr. Wall, this one's for you. Canada produces 85% of the world's supply of what food item?
Would say wheat.
Wheat? No, sir.
Mm.
A Canadian got the Canadian question wrong.
Is that gravy covered?
It must be something that took the wheat. It must be something that took wheat's place, like canola or something.
No,
It's not
Okay.
ketchup.
no, but it is a
Not
condiment
Potatoes.
in some ways.
Potatoes.
No, I said it's a condiment in some ways.
Oh,
Mustard?
tomatoes.
You said maple on the flag, and maple syrup is like
Oh, maple syrup.
Well, that
80
was I thought that was probably too easy, so that's why I didn't guess that.
Oh,
85% of the world's supply. That's crazy.
it's been so- oh.
Robert, we're back to you, and I know you won't probably know this one. What color is the sand on Prince Edward Island?
Black.
No. Anybody?
That was my guess. That would have been my guess.
I was
You
gonna
wanna
say
tell 'em?
sandy tones.
It's red. It says red for some reason. I don't know.
That's a long ways away.
Jim, Canada is made up of how many provinces?
6.
10.
No.
Mike, how many time zones are in Canada?
I'm just gonna guess. I'll say 6.
You are correct, man.
All right.
6. Dude, you're doing pretty good.
Outstanding.
Another too
Unbelievable.
easy one for you, Mr. Wall, but I'll give it to you. What is the capital city of Canada's Yukon Territory?
Oh my goodness, Yukon territories.
The Yukon Territory.
I have no idea.
It says Whitehorse.
Oh, Whitehorse. I didn't know it was capital of anything.
Yeah. Originally from Quebec, what food comes from the local French slang word for a mess?
Poutine?
Yeah. Poutine.
Cool.
Who said it?
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's the gravy covered French fries, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. The
Gravy and cheese, yeah.
cheese curds too.
Yeah, and now they're really taking it a step too far, like with pulled pork, and they're trying to make a meal out of it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Back to Robert. What is the only Canadian province without a natural border?
Neutral border. What's that mean?
Like a river or something.
Like, I was going to say a river or a lake or a.
I don't know if it's if you guys don't have any
Throw it
idea.
out there.
I'm picturing.
Come on,
I think
Robert, you can do it.
I'm thinking.
I don't know. I want to say Manitoba. I don't even know.
I'm picturing Newfoundland is like a bunch of islands and stuff.
Yep. No, not it.
No.
Saskatchewan.
Oh,
No, just say between Saskatchewan and Manitoba, because I don't recall too much there except bald-headed prairie.
I got a rollerblader friend from Saskatchewan, and I guess it's all island. Is that in the
Islands,
upper northeast?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you'd
yeah.
have to go up north there to that. Yeah, but on the Trans-Canada Highway, it's basically flat from Winnipeg to Regina, like 6 hours of nothing.
Jim, you're back.
No.
What is
man.
Canada's national animal? And if you,
National animal?
yeah, if you think about it, it
Hey,
makes
Lucky,
sense because it was the whole reason to.
Pull a rabbit out of my hat.
Man, I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
no. Come on, you guys.
Come on, help me out, Mike.
Well, I mean, the conventional wisdom.
said
Many
beaver.
of them.
I mean,
Yeah.
my first guess would be the moose, but then Ren and
Moose,
Stimpy talk-
Wolverine. Yeah,
I
I'm
think it
looking at
would
what
be
people
I
are
was
writing on
thinking
the side.
bear or beaver, but you know.
It is beaver. It is beaver.
Oh.
Yeah.
Beaver.
Yeah.
It's on her money.
Oh.
Oh, Mike,
That's
back to
baked
you.
up in
We only
that.
have 3 questions left. Stick with me. What is the highest mountain in Canada?
Oh man, I'm gonna feel stupid. I'm gonna
I feel
guess.
like ignorant.
I'm gonna guess K2, even though I don't know where K2 is at. I just know
Oh, K2 is in.
it's probably not even on that continent. I'm not good with
I
mountains.
don't know. Anybody? Take a guess. I'm looking in the chats to see if anybody's keeping up.
It'll be by Lake Louise or something over there.
Randall, what's the answer?
I'm
The
not
highest
sure which
in
mountain
Canada.
it is. I'm not sure which mountain it is, but I'm going to say it's in BC by Lake Louise, somewhere around there. I can't remember all the names of the mountains.
It says
But
Mount Logan.
Oh,
Mount
I'll be
Logan.
sure to stay off that.
What is the most visited tourist attraction in Canada?
Oh.
Nope.
I wonder if it's
Niagara
the-
Falls.
Jim, you got it, baby. Niagara
Oh,
Falls. Good
nicely
job.
done. I was going to say
Yeah.
the garter snake
Niagara
breeding
Falls.
thing at Carberry, but
Last question. Which Canadian city is the largest in terms of population? We have several people from
there's
Canada.
two to choose from, you guys. There's 2 to choose from.
Yeah. I was gonna say if you think of sports
Two
teams
to
and stuff,
choose from.
to choose from, and
well, sports teams is a good hint. I guess Toronto,
yeah, Toronto.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maple Leafs.
Yep. Well, sir, that's the end of our show, and I'm going to bring you up big, and this is your chance to shine. But if there's anything you want to add to what you talked about tonight, if you have a YouTube page, a Facebook page, a channel you want to promote, this is your time.
You guys can dig me up on Facebook. I got a website too, but it's kind of old school. www.artlabdesign.ca. It's a CA. And you know what? Just continue with the toys and having fun. Have some adventure. get those Joes out, make some customs. Go to flea markets and support that stuff. Find some other toys.
on.
Find you know what? I think toys it's a good release. Either that or pick up some hobbies, miniature railroading or something, or do acrylic painting or etch-a-sketch illustrations. But yes, no, it's been great, and thanks for having me on here. That's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And
And we'll get you back.
I think
Get you back in the future, sir.
definitely.
All right. Well, thanks
Okay,
everybody,
guys.
and remember, next week, same time, same place, 8:00 Eastern Standard
All
Time.
right.
And where would I be able to see this later if I sent my wife to go watch it?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
As soon as we end the show, then you can look it
Yep.
up on YouTube. Just
Yep.
go to my YouTube channel. Yes, sir.
Oh man,
And with
you're
the
so
trivia,
organized.
you know what they say? It's like hitting your head with a hammer. The best thing about it is when you stop.
Yes. You're right.
You are right.
All right, guys.
With
All right,
that,
man.
Life lesson. Okay. Nice meeting you guys.
Yes, sir.
enjoy